Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be.
Really?
We are here, and this is episode number 307 of our button show. What does this button do? How about that? It's an educational show about smartphones, technology, and travel with us Geeks on Tour. And we'll see all about it. We live on a ship. We live on a residential cruise ship full time, and we're dependent on Starlink for the internet. So far it's been pretty good, but if it cuts out while we're live, be patient for just a little bit. It usually comes right back. Subscribe to our notifications on our YouTube channel so you know if we start a new stream, if that has to happen. And we will record this whole show, and the full show will be available later, so watch your email for the link if that happens. Otherwise, well, anyway, the same link will get you, this link will get you to the full recording later on. That sounds good.
We
okay,
figure it's better to operate from a position of optimism.
right. So yeah, it's important
So far,
to
so
subscribe to the channel. Okay, all right, Northern Idaho, wonderful. And so Judy Reinheimer is going to be joining us pretty soon. It's 96 degrees. Oh, that's nothing. We'll see you soon. We always start off these shows with a quick tip. Chris has a quick tip for you. What do you have there?
Sorry for the ugly picture, but there's a method to my madness here. My quick tip is how you can use an app called Google Lens to identify things in the real world. So for example, after walking around Japan in the blistering heat for 3 days and going up hills and down hills and upstairs, I noticed a rash on my legs. And I kind of freaked out. What is that? Did I get, into a pile of ants, or did I have an allergic reaction to a bush I brushed up against? I just opened up Google Lens and pointed to it. And let me show you what that is. I'm not talking about taking a picture and using Google Photos Google Lens, although you can do that also. I'm talking about just this little button right here. Or it can be a standalone app. You need to install it. So I look for Lens, and there it is. So there is the standalone app at Google Lens. Or if you have the Google widget, it's right on the widget. Same on iPhone or on Android. So I would just tap that, and then you point your camera at whatever it is you want to identify and tap search. And when I did that on the rash on my legs, it told me, that looks like a Disney rash. Disney rash?
I thought that was fun.
What is that? So I went ahead and clicked on it and read more information. The medical name for Disney rash is exercise-induced vasculitis. Who knew that I could exercise enough to get vasculitis? Condition also called golfer's rash, hiker's rash, golfer's vasculitis. And I read further, and it said this is harmless. It'll go away in a few days. So, phew. But I need to tell you that in preparation for this show, I tried to recreate that using a photo I took of my leg at the time. And I could not get it to come up with Disney rash. So this is I think I was very lucky that the first thing it came up with, I do believe was right. But you have to do your own research. This is not Dr. Google to be trusted. You have to continue to research and watch the problem. So, but it sure helped me that day.
Okay. Well, I'm Jim, and together with my wife Chris, we are Geeks on Tour. Do you think your smartphone is smarter than you? And do you have questions about your iPhone, your Android device, or the cloud? And this technology is amazing, so how do you learn? How?
Well, we are geeks, also known as propeller heads, but we are geeks who teach. And we have been teaching travelers how to make better use of their technology since 2007. We've been in the technology training business since 1983. But
She
we've been
started
doing
when she
this-
was 5 or 6, right?
We've been doing this since 2007, teaching travelers how to make better use of their technology. And we have over 1,000, well over 1,000 actually,
Yeah.
tutorial
If you
videos.
include these.
And you can find them all on our website at geeksontour.com.
Right. All right, so Chris, where are we now?
Well, generally we're saying we're in Japan, but at the moment,
We're getting real close to South Korea, so we'll see how that goes. We're not really going to get off the ship here in South Korea. We are here at a port off the coast, on an island off the coast of South Korea, but it's still part of South Korea, for some supplies that the ship needs and has to do with the refrigeration system. So we're we made some changes to they made some changes to the itinerary, but you can always find out exactly where we are if you go to our website, geeksontour.com, and click on the button that says Our Cruising Life, and you can find out where we are, what we're doing, and what's going on with us. So yeah, check it out.
And I want to show you that.
Okay.
So you just go to geeksontour.com, and then it's this button right here, Our Cruising Life. I've created a dedicated page just for everything about living on the cruise ship. You can see where exactly we are right now by clicking that link, see where we've been by clicking the Google map of our journey, see the detailed spreadsheet of our itinerary, or you can, and if you want to rent a cabin for yourself, there's links. Our photo albums, we are on our 3rd photo album now, but you can see any of them here. And then these are all blog posts I've written about our experience. So that was geeksontour.com and the button Our Cruising Life.
Cool. All right, so.
And there's a QR code for the current photo album if you want to just scan it with your phone, and if I'm not giving you enough time now, you can do it on the recording.
Okay. Well, we want to say thank you to our premium members. You're the ones who make our work possible. You can join for $68 for 1 year, or $58 annually. Go to geeksontour.com/join now, and yeah, be part of the trip with us. We have some great advantages for our members. One of those is the Backstage Pass. For premium members only, we have an online meeting using Zoom right after this show, typically on the hour after we finish this. You'll get an email link from Chris or that she sends out to the premium membership, or you can go to geeksontour.com/member login and find that picture and click on it, and it'll get you to the Zoom. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Do we have some people to say hello to?
Yes,
or?
we do. Tech for Seniors out there. Glad you're having a great tip. They have a couple of wonderful shows, one on Monday and one on Thursday. It runs at 9 o'clock Pacific time. Back when we were in Fort Lauderdale, it was at a great time for us. It was noon. Linda's in Honolulu. Some silly person's playing Jingle Bells on the piano. That's weird. Jay, hot and humid, Dallas, Fort Worth. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Brenda, my mom was from Texas in that area, so I know what it's like. Fall has arrived in southern Michigan. Lows in the 40s tonight. An open window sleeping. That would be nice. We
right.
can't open our window.
Yeah, no way.
Clark's in New Jersey. That's where I'm from. Liz is from Ohio.
Hello, Clark. Hello, Liz.
Yeah, Judy's watching from Coon Rapids, Minnesota. All right. Denver, finally cooler. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be cooler as you, even throughout the United States, it's moving across the ways. So Richard says we look great, and
Oh, thank you,
and
Richard.
so do you, Richard. Sharon's in San Marcos, and Aloha works anytime. And I missed it. There we go.
Oh,
Laverne, it's good to
Laverne,
see
yes.
you. Wonderful.
And Mead.
Mead in Virginia.
Well, we have quite a few people.
I'm glad we did it at this time.
Yeah,
then. We had to
yeah.
get up a little bit early for us here, but that's okay.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday.
Okay.
Tuesday. Yeah, here.
Starship's flying today, so
Ooh.
yeah, that should be fun to watch, but you can come back later. And Maurice in Florida. Sometimes he's in New Jersey. Sometimes he's traveling the world. It's good to see you.
Thanks for noticing my typo in the email there, Maurice. Hi, Debbie.
Debbie Diver from Portugal.
She's going to fall asleep. Yeah, it's late there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks for joining.
Yes. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. And are you ready for some more tech tips?
Yep.
And at the end, we'll tell you some of our travel tales. That is our photo there, by the way. Doesn't it look like something that AI created because it's so iconic?
Yeah, or from a postcard.
That red Tory gate. Yeah, that is.
The floating
That's
Tory
our
gate.
photo.
Miyama.
So we're going to give you 4 main tech tips, how we stay connected, and a little bit about eSIMs, a little bit about how we research places to go, navigating and translating, very important. Then we'll tell you our travel tales. We've been to 4 cities since we had our last show: Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and Hiroshima, or Hiroshima, however you want to say it. So staying connected, obviously that's an issue. As long as we're on the ship, we have really good Wi-Fi provided by Starlink, knock on wood. But when we're out at sea, that is our only option. So if Starlink has any problems, then we have a problem. But when we're in ports, we have cellular. We use Google Fi. Google Fi is our cellular provider. It has been for years. One of the things we like about it is it works all over the world. But we've never been away from the US for more than 3 months. And they will cut us off because it is intended for use primarily in the US. So even though it works all over the world, they can't let you keep using it for over 90 days.
I think our voice and text will still work.
Correct. You're right. It's just the data.
Right.
It's just the data part that stops working. So our phone numbers and all will still be fine. So now I have a second phone, so I needed a second service, and I chose US Mobile. And it also works all over the world without any preconditions. It just works. And they do have a limit, but it's not as absolute as the Google Fi. So we'll see. We'll see how long. It's worked great here in Japan, as long as you choose the right network. So US Mobile piggybacks on top of 3 actual cellular services, and sometimes one of them works in a country and one of them doesn't, so you have to learn how to switch those. But it's easy. You can switch them as much as you want. Then, what did I do with it? Then, in case we run out of, it's back in your door, of cellular service that we've already gotten on our phones, we have this pocket hotspot device, they call it, called a Solus. You pay, and there's different deals, but the current deal I looked up on their website, just soluswifi.co, is $385 for the device. And that gives you a lifetime subscription to data worldwide, but only at 1 gigabyte a month. And you have to pay for more. But still, it's really nice to know.
But you can pay for more, too.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll love to take your money.
Yeah, and it's very reasonable. And we haven't used it yet because we haven't needed to, but
we have tested it.
But
it works.
I think this is going to be a great option, and it can accept. It makes a Wi-Fi hotspot in your pocket that 10 devices can connect to.
That should be enough.
So anybody that we're traveling with will become their new best friends, you know?
These people on the ship have really spent a lot of time figuring it out too, so
Yeah, most of them all have.
something.
And if you don't, then local eSIMs are really quite easy now. As I say, we haven't bought one because we didn't need to, but I helped somebody else. She said her phone stopped working when she was in port, and what does she do? And we just Googled for the best eSIM in Japan, because that's the only place she cared about, and we came up with mobile. And for 50 gigabytes for 16 days, it was only $27. Data only, no phone number. And what you do is you just go to the website, sign up and pay, and then you get a QR code to scan with your phone that starts the setup process. Then there are instructions, and you need to pay close attention. It's easy, but there are several little settings that you do have to type into the settings, and then turn on roaming. And let me just show you both on the Android and on the iPhone. So on the Android, to work with an eSIM, you go into Settings and Connections and SIM Manager. And notice right there, Add an eSIM. What is that? Add an eSIM, and then you would be prompted to scan a QR code and follow the instructions. On iPhone, very similar. You just go into Settings, and Cellular, and eSIMs. There we are right there. Now I have installed a few more eSIMs on this one, and notice I only have one of them on, and the others are off. When you add a new one, you would want to turn that on and turn on roaming. So it's a lot easier now than it used to be to stay connected worldwide. And then there are international eSIMs. Airalo, A-I-R-A-L-O, and Saily, S-A-I-L-Y, are the two best known ones. And they, with just one eSIM, gives you access to hundreds of countries worldwide, and you can pay for a whole year that way. Okay, so that is staying connected. Now, why do you want to be connected? Because you're always looking for where to go, what to do, what to see. So you can just Google for best tours in Tokyo, for example, and you'll wade through lots of links. It might be better to use an app like Get Your Guide or Viator. They show you specific tours that you can then sign up for. We did both of them. And then AI is getting better and better and better. And one of the things it's really good for is giving you ideas of where to go, what to do, and how to get there. Everything. But this one new one, and this was a tip from a friend of mine who is going to be traveling to Greece sometime soon. She says Airbnb has this new thing called Experiences. We haven't used it yet, but I took a look and it looks pretty cool. So I want to show you. I want to show you that. You just go to Airbnb. And you'll see a new tab at the top for experiences. So instead of looking for places to sleep, you'll look for things to do. And they have this laid out just really nice. So it's real easy, and they have interesting ones. Create seasonal ikebana with water eye Toro. Make Make an Ito Sudari placemat. Craft your own notebook at a vintage bindery. And it has the time and the prices, and all you have to do is click on it and sign up, pay some money, and then show up where they tell you to go. So that's Airbnb experiences. And I think they're a little less expensive. But say we haven't actually used them yet. I just thought that was a cool tip. All right. Oh, navigating the train system. You may have heard the train system in Japan is amazing. I mean, I don't think we've ever had to wait on a platform for more than 5 minutes. They're just constantly going. But to figure out which train to get on can be a hassle. Google Maps.
They have so many choices. That's why it's confusing.
Yeah.
If there's only one choice, it's fine.
Piece of cake.
But they have trains in different lines and going to different places at different speeds. There's high speed, there's locals, there's all that stuff.
So what I want you to know is that Google Maps, in their directions, has an option for public transit. And it's really good. We also used it a couple years ago when we were in London, and I made a video then.
You did?
Yep. Public transit. Now, we don't use public transit where we live, so I don't have much occasion to use this. But in London, you depend on the underground and the buses. And so how am I going to get directions? My go-to app is Google Maps, and it did a great job. Say you wanted to go to the Tower of London. We are in London. I just choose Tower of London. I make sure instead of car to choose, or walking, to choose public transportation. And now it gives me all the choices. First one is 31 minutes. Second one is 30 minutes. But what you look for is if there's any transfers, like this one that says Elizabeth Line, that's an underground and then to a bus and then walking. No, that's why the first one is the best. You just get on the Circle Line, 5 minutes, and you're there. So I'll choose that. And it will tell me that I need to go to Paddington Station, platform 16. And you can pay for your ride with your phone. Now here's where it's different from driving. If I start, it's not going to tell me what way to turn because I'm not in control. It just tells me to get to the Circle Line. So it's just a little different. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it did great.
It did.
I mean, if you've ever traveled using the underground in London or subways in any big cities, you need to know what platform to be on.
And they tell you.
I mean, these train stations are megaliths of
big
and crowds of people. You need to know what platform to be on, and it tells you. Now I want to show you just a second live. So I'm talking about Google Maps, and then I search for, one of the things we had to do is go from Shinko Pier, which was in Yokohama, so I go to Shinko Pier, I get directions, and then instead of your location, we were going to the Tokyo Dome to see a baseball game. That was so cool.
Spelling's important.
Yes. Tokyo Dome and search. Now, I don't want to go from Tokyo Dome to Shinko Pier. I just tap that little 2 arrows and it switches. So from Shinko Pier to Tokyo Dome, it's currently in walking directions. No. You go to the little bus icon and it shows me 5, 6 different choices. Now it rates them though, so the best one should be on top. But what does it think is best? You know, I can tap this little settings button to tell it what I think is best. Yes, I like, instead of just best route, letting Google decide, I want the fewest number of transfers. I don't care if it takes a few minutes longer, if I don't have to get off and get on another one. So those are the options. And then you choose one, and it will tell you how to walk to get to the first station. You just, you know, there's so much information, it has to just collapse everything. So you keep drilling down, and now it's giving me walking directions to the station. And then when we get there, it will pick up and tell me what, you know, what, it's not called a platform here, it's called a gate. So what gate to get to in the station for the line. Okay, so that is Google Maps public transport. But as I say, it was confusing. I once in a while would turn to AI and just say, you know, what's the best train line to use to get from Yokohama to Tokyo Station? And it would kind of help me navigate the stations on the Google Maps. Okay. This was just a particular experience we had. We were getting into Tokyo with a couple of friends, and he was using Apple Maps. And, you know, talk about more choices then. First we had all the choices that Google Maps, then we had, but he said that Apple Maps was better.
Yeah, I tend to disagree. Not always, because sometimes Apple Maps is better than Google Maps. But it depends. And overall, we have found, I think, that Google Maps does a better job than Apple Maps in most cases, not all cases. And this one was a great example. We wanted to go to this Shioya Jinja shrine, and it's on the map, and okay, Chris had her Apple for a change and was going to try these Apple Maps because some people just swear by them and say that they're, you know, there's nothing better. So we're going to give it a try.
I was willing
give it a
to
shot.
believe it. I know that I am biased towards Google, so I'll try Apple Maps and see if it's... And the first thing I saw, I said, oh, I do like this better. It told us that we had to go upstairs, and it gave a little picture of stairs. Google Maps doesn't do that, and sometimes we're wandering around saying, I don't understand, turn right, turn left.
Go up, go down.
You have to go up. So anyway, that was good, but then...
Yeah, we followed the directions for Apple Maps. I didn't even turn on my Google Maps. Now you can get Google Maps on an iPhone. Don't forget that. And so we walked up and up and up and up this tall hill. It was blistering hot, and so we sweated our way up to the top, and there was no shrine.
No shrine.
No. Didn't
So
make
we
it to
said,
the shrine.
okay, we'll go back to our starting
We did
point.
have some great views up there, though.
Yeah, I guess
it wasn't a bad thing, completely a bad thing, but yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yes, we have Apple Maps to thank for giving us a lot more exercise that day and some great views.
Yeah.
But we went back to the starting point, and we were about to give up. Say, we don't need to see this shrine. Let's go back. But we looked at Apple Maps, and it says, no, silly, it's right in front of you.
Google Maps.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Google Maps on the right here said it's just 120 meters from where you're standing. And sure enough,
we walked over there, and guess what we saw? There's a shrine there.
A shrine. So I'm sure that happens with Google Maps sometimes also. But it seems kind of suspicious that it happened at the one and only time I've ever used Apple Maps, you know? So, to each his own. Apple Maps is good. No doubt about it. I'm going to stick to Google Maps.
Okay.
But when I really don't want to figure it out at all, I just get out the Uber app. I say, come get me. Come get me and take me where I want to go. I love the Uber app. Now, in Japan, there is technically no Uber.
Right.
That's the way I understand it. But the Uber app works with their taxi service. So that's cool. All you do is open up the app, put in where you want to go, and it knows where you are, so they come and get you. It tells you the price before you ever get in. Now, that says 1,012. Well, realize
that's yen.
1,000 yen is about $7. So no big deal. You get in the car, you go. You don't even have to talk to the driver, which is a good thing because they usually don't speak English in Japan. And when you get out, the app has your credit card information and you're already paid. Oh.
What a relief.
Oh, it's really wonderful. I love the Uber app. Translating. You cannot travel to foreign countries without translate. So we were in a giant tech store and Jim needed to find HDMI cables.
All I did is I had a picture on my phone of the cable that I needed, and I could also translate it into Japanese, the particular one, and I just showed that to the very helpful person at the counter there, and instead of pointing you in some direction, he actually walked you around and took you to the place where the cable was. And he didn't find the exact cable, so he found somebody else on the floor who knew exactly where it was, and she took us and pointed out, and there was a good selection of cables that we needed, all of the right size and lengths, different lengths. It was wonderful.
Okay, but if you want to just talk into your phone and have it translate, it's so easy. Now, you might be tempted to use this conversation mode, which you talk and then they talk and you talk and then they talk. It's a little confusing, and it really is easier to just you talk and let them read the transcription. And then they will have a phone in their hands as well, and they will talk and translate it back to you. So I want to show you that. First of all, I'm talking about Google Translate. You may need to install it if it's not already on your phone. Google Translate, and it's set to translate English to Japanese. I don't have to type, I can talk. Where can I find HDMI cables? And just like that, it has transcribed what I'm asking into Japanese. You show that to the helpful person, and right away, then they will talk into theirs, which is translating Japanese to English, and you can see their answer. Very, very easy. You can also translate what you see. So I have this little candy, or I think it's a candy. I don't know. It may be a pill. English to Japanese, that's not going to work. So I just tap this little double arrow to change it Japanese to English. That'll be better. Kirito fruit candy, salt pine flavor. All right, well that helps. The fruit is crispy. It tends to give you different results at different times, but it's definitely candy, a fruit candy, so I like it. And that's very helpful with signs. When you're looking for directions, a lot of signs around the big cities will have an English subtitle, but not all of them. And food, to look at labels on food. And lastly, I want to talk about tap to pay cards. So transit cards. You don't want to have to buy a ticket every trip you're taking because you have no idea where you're going and how you're going to get there. You just buy one of these cards and put money on it, and then you just tap the console when you go through the gate to get to your train. They can be added to Apple Wallet. The particular ones that work here in Japan, I couldn't figure out how to add it to my Android wallet. Besides, I kind of like having a separate card, so I don't have to fiddle with my phone and unlock it. And I like just getting out the card, tapping it on the platform, on the whatever you call that, and go through the gate. Now, one thing I can show you is I can check and see how much money is left on this card. They call it an IC card, integrated chip.
Yep.
Or IC, integrated chip. And there's more than one. We got this one called Pasmo. And I want to show you on the phone how I check to see how much is left on it. So I got an app called IC Cards. And all you have to do, you got ads, and no, I don't want, there, touch the IC card to the back of the device. Now I have learned that I have to take the cover off my phone for this to work, but I just touch the card to the back, and it's telling me that I have 751 yen left on this card. Good to know. And interesting of just the tapping on the back of the phone. Okay. And then there are international cash cards. I use this Wise card in ATMs to get cash, and I can use it like any other Visa card. And what I like is that it's a cash card. It only has access to the cash that I have added to it. So I'm not worried about it getting stolen. I mean, yeah, I might lose $100, but it's not like losing your main credit card that's attached to your bank. So I really like this. If you want to check it out, you go to wise.com. It includes an app, so you just look at the app on your phone. You add money to it via the app from your bank account or from a credit card. And from then on, you use it just like a debit card in whatever currency you need. You can add money in whatever currency, and you can use the money in whatever currency. And just a little tip here, when a clerk asks you, do you want to pay for that in the local money, in Japanese yen or in US dollars, always choose the local money. You'll get a better exchange rate than when the store does the conversion. Okay, so that's Wise.
Questions?
Any questions?
Let's see.
Any
I'm
more
going to go
people?
through a few people. Mike's back. The rocket scrubbed. That's nothing unusual.
Yeah, really.
Jolin, good to see you from the low country of South Carolina. Just finished a presentation on Google Docs for Valencia. We've taught there down in Florida. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Laverne's loving our experience, and so are we. Gina's in Arkansas. Hope Aaron spared you. Well, Jolin says, yeah. Lots of waves for the surfers. Lots of rain, but not from Aaron. Okay. They scrubbed the launch. Another Glamper Jan. Okay. Genealogy. Hi from British Columbia. Another perfect summer day. Whoa. Isn't it nice?
Uh-oh.
Judy's got an S25, the U.S. Mobile SIM. Uh-oh. You're in trouble now.
We'll be playing once you get here, Judy.
Can't get service on your Google Watch. Wow, we'll have to take a look at that. Gerald from Louisiana.
Maggie Valley. Hi, Stanley. I know Maggie. I've been to Maggie Valley.
Yeah, and Claire, Boca Raton, loving the adventure.
So are we.
Amazing. Bill, Olive Cousin. Hi from Smoky Willamette Valley of Oregon. Gina Booth loves Airbnb.
Interesting.
Yeah, did it overseas. The only one around here for 100 miles was come help me clean my horse barn.
That would be an experience.
That would be an experience. Somebody's got to do it, I guess. Tokyo Undergrounds were a challenge in '85. Don't know if they're easier now. Well, the thing that makes them easier now is the maps and...
Oh, yeah, I can't imagine using these without a smartphone. Yeah.
How do you pay the fares for the various public means? Well, there's a kiosk in all of the stations where you can add money onto your card, and these cards work on buses and trains and
They don't
ferries.
work on all the systems, but because when we took the bullet train, we had to buy a separate ticket for the bullet train, but everything else has worked with this one card.
Right, they actually sell you a paper ticket.
You can even use this card as a credit card or a debit card in some of the convenience stores. You can buy stuff with.
Oh, did you know 7-Elevens are the big convenience store over here? You can get anything. I understand the egg salad sandwiches are to die for.
Haven't had one yet.
Not one of those, but we have had sushi at the Tokyo Dome at the baseball game. Chris, I hope you'll continue to compare Apple and Google Maps. Terrific ongoing comparison. Well, it's a lot of work, so as long as she's doing it, it's okay with me. Google Translate rocks, no doubt about that. And let's see.
I don't have a microphone on Google Translate.
Huh.
I would uninstall and reinstall. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Well, we'll take a look at that and see what happens. We were in the new Corvallis Diazzo store today, and the clerk showed me her phone translating a product.
Yep.
Cool.
Everybody has it. Yeah.
Linda found her microphone.
Oh, okay. Good.
Just had to look for it.
Good.
Bellagio. Been there. Konnichiwa.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Barry. Good to see you in Deerfield
Konnichiwa.
Beach. Let's see.
I've learned 3 words in Japanese. Konnichiwa means
hello,
good afternoon. Hi. I love that one. Hi.
Means yes. I like when she says that to
means
me.
yes or good. Hi. And there's one other. What was it? Oh, thank you. Arigato. Arigato. Arigato, konnichiwa, and hi.
Gina says that cash is king in Japan. They don't want cards for the most part. Some of the places will only take cards these days. Things are changing, Gina. It's pretty cool.
We have seen there are some places, little stands and stuff.
Cash only,
that
sure.
want cash only.
So we have some yen. It's no problem to get
which
yen
we got using our Wise card in an ATM.
at 7-Eleven.
At 7-Eleven.
Okay. Bill wants to know if there's a YouTube, if Jolin recorded that.
Smith & Wesson for the bullet train. Oh,
Don't be
there's
silly.
one in every crowd.
There has to be one in every
Okay,
crowd.
we have to do some travel tales before we end. Since our last show, we have been to Tokyo, Shimizu, Kobe, Kochi, and Hiroshima. Coming up still is Nagasaki. Yes, Luverne, sayonara.
Is she leaving?
No, I think she's just saying another word that
Oh,
we
okay.
probably learned. But I've realized that sayonara is not appropriate for just saying bye-bye.
See you later.
It's sayonara has a permanence and a sadness attached to it, you know?
Yeah, it's a goodbye
So,
for a long time.
It's a goodbye forever type of... Anyway, okay. So, travel tales. I want to show you some photos, of course.
Of course.
And where'd they go? And I know where they are. Here. Okay. So this is one of the trains. They get crowded. You better know where you're going. And you better have recognized those letters. They're very important. The first day in Tokyo, we went to Team Labs Planet, which is a high-tech art museum. That is water. We are literally up to the middle of our calves in water that has projected art on it. Then we went to a baseball game. Just so cool. These are raving fans.
Oh, it was loud in there. It was great.
Yeah, these are raving fans. But the best part,
The beer girls. They carry a beer keg on their back and give you a fresh draft beer right there at your seat. And they were so cute. They'd be walking around and smiling and raise their hand. If you wanted a beer, she would come to you and they would not take cash. You had to tap that little machine there. And while she's pouring beer, she's taking my money. That's multitasking for you. She did a great job. So, and boy, it was noisy in that stadium. The Chimichurri Dragons and the Tokyo Giants. But watch this. There's the keg.
there's the keg of beer. And they had different brands.
Yeah,
different.
every man's dream.
A cute girl with a keg of beer on her back.
Yeah.
After the game, then we just walked back to our hotel. It was a delightful walk in downtown Tokyo.
We had the takatas that they gave you in the room there. So we had traditional clothes to wear.
Yeah, you could just wear the robes all around the hotel.
You had to take the robe off to get into the hot tub. That was okay. And breakfast was part of the deal. And they give you a lot of breakfast in these places. You're not really sure what it is, although they do show you a menu. The menu is not choices. The menu is what they're bringing you. And 9 little plates of different things that you may or may.
I did not like it all. Some things, but yeah.
I tried it all, so.
And there are little shrines everywhere.
And big shrines everywhere.
In Tokyo, we took a tour of the Imperial Palace.
A guided tour.
Gardens. And
the guide was really good. He was a U.S. guy, but he'd been living in Tokyo for 30 years.
And he'd studied to be a Japanese history professor.
So he knew his stuff.
He knew his stuff. I think his name was Jim, right?
Probably. All the smart guys are.
And this was with Get Your Guide. So it was wonderful having a native English speaker who really knew the history. We learned a lot. We don't always take guided tours, but I like to have some.
Laverne says Nagasaki Museum is fantastic. Well, we'll be there tomorrow in Nagasaki. We're taking a tour. And Claire says that she loves the beer girl. They need that in Marlin Stadium. And they don't have sushi in Marlin Stadium either, I understand. The sushi was very good, the sushi rolls.
Yeah, sushi at a baseball game.
Amazing.
Yeah. But then we get to go home.
Yeah.
So
we have spent 3 nights or 4 nights anyway off the ship since we got on in April, and it's like coming home because all of our friends are here now. Not all, you guys aren't here yet, but we've met some wonderful people on board, and there's a community here, so we just love that. This was from that Ferris wheel. We took a ride on the Ferris wheel, and there's a picture of our ship in port. Sushi. There's sushi all over the place. This was
we did not see Mount Fuji.
Well, this is Mount Fuji in sushi in
Shimizu. The real Mount Fuji was behind clouds. We never did see it, but we were told you have to get off the ship and go to the mall. You'll see a Mount Fuji made of sushi in Shimizu. Say that 3 times fast.
It's plastic, really. Oh, so this was a greeting that we had.
Coming into Kobe.
Coming into Kobe. So some of these cities give us a great welcome, or sometimes a wonderful send-off, or both.
Yeah, we were told about this in advance. So, I mean, that was
a planned thing, yeah. Just for us coming into port for the first time.
We did take a bullet train to get to Kyoto.
Yeah, they go fast.
And this is Kyoto. Kyoto is the cultural center. everybody says, of Japan. So we felt it was important. We got a friend of a friend's recommendation for a traditional hotel there, and that was great.
Yeah.
And there's monkeys.
All over the place, monkeys. And you can walk, we're right in there with them. And yeah, they thought we were one of the family somehow.
And that's Kyoto in the background. You are told that Kyoto is the cultural center, and they make it sound like it's a quaint little town in the hills. It is a mega city, like still 4 million people in the metro area of Kyoto. Not a little city, but we were in an area that was quite beautiful.
There's a little baby on mama's back.
Arashiyama Monkey Park.
Yep. And another long walk. And the room that we had there was a lot smaller, but it was very comfortable.
And we took another guided tour that evening in Kyoto to go through the geisha district.
And we learned a lot about the geisha traditions and what it's all about. And it's very interesting stuff.
And this was our tour guide. Now, she was native Japanese, but her English was pretty good.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot.
Yeah, she worked in IT, she said.
That's right.
Yeah. And I'm glad we went at night because it was warm. Oh, more monkeys.
Yeah, out of order.
Out of order.
And here's that breakfast menu. We at first thought we were supposed to choose a couple of these things. No. They just bring it all to you, and this is your translation, if you will.
And you even had to cook your own on these little stoves that they lit at the table.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
But you had your own kind of private breakfast cubicle.
Right.
And there's all the food they brought.
There she's lighting the stove. A lot of food. Chris didn't like some of it.
No, I was glad to get back to the ship.
The fermented stuff was a little bit too fermented, maybe.
Yeah.
But hey, you got to try all the new stuff. That's what we're here for. It's an experience, and we just love seeing it. So.
And at this hotel, we had private baths, so we could both go together. At the first one, it was public, so it was women and men separated.
It hasn't always been that way, but it's that way these days, most places.
So this one was all for us.
Yep. Very nice. Room for two. What else you got?
So this is the area that we were in Kyoto, was very traditional, cultural. And this is the bamboo forest. And then we went to Osaka and the Expo. World Expo 2025 in Osaka.
It's like a World's Fair.
Yeah, it is a World's Fair.
It is a World's Fair. And they had this great big wooden structure that went like almost a half a mile in circumference. And it was the main
Grand
focus.
Ring.
Yeah, and you could go up on top of it and walk all the way around. We went into the Turkey Pavilion, and it's kind of interesting. Most of these pavilions they don't have a whole lot inside. It's really high tech at the beginning, and then you end up at a gift shop.
And we did not, we didn't do much pre-planning. You had to get in line for a lot of these, so
yeah, it was very Disney-like that way.
Yeah,
long lines.
We
and
didn't
we were
get
not
inside
interested.
many of the pavilions, but we got the flavor of the whole place. It was cool.
And one of the residents on board is going to be giving a speaker's corner,
Oh,
a resident's talk about and take us through the virtual World's Fair. Should be fun.
Now here I think is my favorite experience of Japan so far. Right outside of Hiroshima there's an island, Miyajima, and we took a ferry over there and then took a tram up the mountain, and Jim has a video on this.
I do, don't I? We never do anything or go anywhere.
I am in absolute awe that we are living this lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, that day, those taiko drummers, oh, that is a world experience. And yet, when we got up that morning, we didn't have any plans.
We just
kind of looked around and said, oh, what do you want to do? I did not want to go to the Hiroshima Memorial because we're doing that in Nagasaki, and I think 2 is just too many. So, you know, we looked around and said, oh, let's do something in nature. Let's go over to this island. And that's what we saw.
Yep.
And yet we get to come home and sleep in our own bed and have food prepared for us and our laundry all done.
Yep.
Pinch me. This is just so cool. All right, enough. We do have a question there that I want to deal with.
Okay, show the Google Lens icon again. I don't see an app called that.
Yeah, I wonder if you have an iPhone, because I just looked.
Whoops.
In the App Store on the iPhone, I see a lot of things called Lens and that look really close, but they're not by Google. So no, you're right. You're right. There is no standalone Lens app. However, if on the iPhone, apparently all you need is the Google app. So just Google, and there's the Lens button at the right side of Google. So in the App Store, just search for Google and make sure you have the Google app, the Google search app. And when you open that, you will see the Lens button at the right of it.
Okay. And let's see, Richard says when he was here, 1,000 yen was like $3. 360 yen per dollar.
Yeah, the exchange rate for Americans is really good right now.
Yeah. For what it costs me to live in Honolulu, it might be cheaper to move onto the cruise ship. I don't doubt that for a minute. It's, yeah. Yeah, you do have to pay for your excursions and the special things, but for living and food and travel, it's all included here, including good internet. Knock on wood.
Case in point.
Okay, it just says to tap the camera icon.
Yeah, that's what I just showed. That's true. All you need is the Google app camera icons there.
Don't get bombed on the sake. Monkeys will go bananas when they see you. Come on, man.
Okay, maybe there's 2 in every crowd, huh?
Laverne says if she were younger. Only 2 weeks younger, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gina's on an apple. Does the ship change menus in different countries to match the location? Yes, and they also change menus to different countries even we're not in the location. Last night, I think, was German, or maybe it was the night before. They always have Italian on the thing. There's been a lot of Indian, so we get curries and we get all kinds of different foods all the time. You don't get bored with the food, that's for sure.
No.
All right, y'all remember to hit the thumbs up button. Yes, subscribe. Most of you guys are already subscribers and support us, please.
I just had some fun here with AI. I said, write a limerick about Jim and Chris, the Geeks on Tour, traveling the world and using their technology. 2 geeks on tour, Chris and Jim, whose life on a cruise is their whim. With phones, they translate and navigate straight, so their travel outlook's never grim.
Too much fun. Well, did you learn something? The app that was used for identifying Chris's leg rash was A, Dr. Google, B, Google Lens, or C, RX Camera.
B, Google Lens.
True or false, you must buy an eSIM before you leave home.
False. You can get it when you get there, when you need it.
When you need it. Google Voice can translate A, speech, B, text, C, what the camera sees, or D, all of the above.
All of the above.
And AI does not replace Google search because...
Number 1, it's not always accurate. You know, you need to check. How are you going to check? by using a regular Google search and reading some of the links. Number two, it doesn't always give the same answer. You know, it changes its mind regularly. So use it as a tool, but if it's important stuff, then you got to validate some other way.
Okay. You know how much to pay an Uber. A, by the meter. B, the driver tells you. Or C, before you get in.
Before you get in. It's just all run by the app and paid for automatically.
At geeksontour.com, what button do you click to see the links for where they are, where we're going, and our photo album?
I guess I could have put that in the first person. Huh?
Yeah, you could have.
It's that last one there, Our Cruising Life. Just click that. You'll have links to anything you want to know.
Okay, so sign up for our free newsletters at geeksontour.com/news. You can click on that QR code. That'll take you right there to subscribe. That's our free e-newsletter. That's different from subscribing to our YouTube channel, which we also want you to do, and click on the bell so you get notified when we go live or when something's happening out there. We put up a new video. Reminder for the Backstage Pass, that's an online meeting using Zoom now or in a few minutes. You get a link from geeksontour.com. You click on the member login. After logging in, scroll down to see the Backstage Pass. It's that picture right there. All right. So, Chris, what's the webpage that lists all of our YouTube shows?
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is YouTube shows. You'll see all 307 of them listed there, the archives.
Okay, and the webpage that lists all of our recent newsletters.
Geeksontour.com, and the menu item is blogs and news, or it might just be blogs now. Newsletters are under there.
Or we can change it. Why do people pay $60 a year to join Geeks on Tour? What are the benefits?
There are plenty of member benefits. Our private Zoom meetings are one, asking us any questions. Our ebooks like Learn Google Photos, and a lot of people join and pay us money just to say thank you for everything that we do for free.
And don't forget the written notes from these shows. Chris spends a lot of time, so you can just go right to them and index them.
Yeah.
geeksontour.com/join now. Okay, become a member. Gina, is it getting a bit colder here? No, not yet.
No.
It's still pretty hot. It's still hurricane typhoon season. We have had pretty smooth sailing, though. But that's it for this week. I'm Jim.
I'm Chris.
And we are Geeks on Tour, and we hope to see you next time.